Reuben Ward is our next visitor. The Fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There's been a body found at the Swinside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. Don't suppose you've got anything to help keep my lunch down? My stomach's never coped too well with the grisly ones. A deeply sad man, they said before. Finnet. We got this on day 1. Just to verify, Finnet helps with upset stomachs? Chewing the tough root of this plant is said to ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. You chew the root now, child. Please do not eat the leaves. Finnet. Witch fig. A plant that's said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It's also well liked by butterflies. It has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which is often confused with. Attracts butterflies, soaks up moisture, detects the presence of certain compounds, and it's got some crazy looking fruits, I guess. Leaves similar to some other plant that we don't have the identity for. I wonder if it's this. I don't know. We'll come back to it. Next. Mailman. Morning. Verona Green handed me this one for you. She seemed in a good mood. Verona Green? Ah, red background, green name. Occult scholar. Gotcha. Thank you. Boop. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grisdale Forest, just northeast of Rusland. It was like nothing I've ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seem overly protective lately. Northeast of Rusland, Grisdale Forest. Try here. From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly I find my way blocked by 3 women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely through the forest by order of the Arda, says the leader of the trio. But the Arda's dead. I turn to walk back, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Mellow Glow is the one that lets us be, well, not invisible, but stealthy. And we think we know what it is now. Sharp thorns that protect it from predators. We initially thought it might be this, but I think we have a much better look now. Question is, where the hell did it go? Aki. Turquoise flowers, sharp thorns. Turquoise Jeep. Last Night Horticulturalist has never been wrong. Shinigami says it might be Zuma or Luxor, the name of the game. Is that an ice cream sandwich or is it a Klondike bar? A Klondike bar is an ice cream sandwich, no? What else would you call it? Worth taking a jog over the stone circle? I'd like to try. An ice cream taco? Stop. With the help of the Mellow Glow, I walk right past the sisters without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about. Take my leave. And we've got a new identification for Caballia, a rare plant that's believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Caballia flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. 6 petals, sometimes maybe 7. Do you think it's this? Let's look at the new plant. God, I've got to find that song. It's gonna make me crazy. It's gonna make me crazy. One moment. Almost done. One moment. It's an ice cream bar. And then this is an ice cream bar. Is a calzone a sandwich? It's definitely an ice cream calzone. Is that a champagne supernova? There's a pimento taco that's a pimento taco in the glove box. I can hear how you would get champagne supernova, Grey Cloud. It's definitely something else, though, that it's in my head. I'll find it, don't worry. Funny man. Thanks for that tier 1 sub and 20 months of support. Says, oh no, the sandwich topic has come up. Am I trolling? I could be trolling. In this economy? This looks so similar to one of the other plants. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in color. The orange fruits have no noticeable odor. You have no noticeable odor. Okay, so we're thinking that maybe we want to go to this stone circle. Check it out. The circle of ancient rhyolite boulders has been a site of ritual importance for hundreds of years. A lone pillar of red sandstone stands off to one side. It's got some circly worklies on it. That's cool. We got the plant. It's like nothing she'd ever seen before. But what was the plant that we just got from that adventure? Yeah, what did we even pick up? Was it this? I think so. Should I take note? Pandora's calzone. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't mention the murder. I agree. Faye Swift is back. I am afraid. The camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it, but the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why. And behind her, that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. We can offer Auguria or Candlewood. Notably, at least one of these can intensify psychic abilities. She's afraid, but she wants to stare into the abyss. Aguria says, when burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool, characterize this plant. This is the path of leaning in to the fear. Or candlewood. Produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. We have both of these. Faye, I think I need you to lean in. Bad things are happening in this place. And if you can resolve that mosaic a little bit, you know, snap that color into focus, you might save a life. Because the deaths are piling up every day. A mound of dead that perhaps we can save. One more night of funky, terrifying visions. Just one night. Just one. And then after that, we'll give you the candlewood. She is the psychic, after all, exactly. I don't think she has a mental affliction. What she's having are visions, which we could protect her from. Stare longer into the void. Yeah, what could go wrong? Strab, that's funny. Who knows, you know, I mean, like, sometimes games have truly branching paths, but a lot of times they make little local loops, right? They diverge and then they come back together. So maybe we saw the same things. Or rather, maybe if I made different choices, you would see the same outcomes. Hard to say. Worry less. Worryless is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. Inhaling the smell of the flowers. It's also got these leaves coming out of a little funky bulbous stem. Do we have that? I mean, I don't see it. Not the way that it was depicted. This is a bulbous stem, but it didn't look like that. It looked different. Unless that was the flowers? It's probably this. Well, we'll come back to it. Who's next? Margaret Elsbeth. We've not met them before. We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard about your shop, and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one, and it's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Shame about this awful weather, though. You must come to Césaire. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. A library! I'm sure they will be of interest to a horticulturalist, such as yourself. Césaire? You are cordially invited to Césaire Castle. Lord and Lady Lord and Lady? I'm in a beyond my depth. Egremont Castle? Césaire Castle. Sick. I'm greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elsbeth herself. She's very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she exclaims, pointing out a plant that I do not recognize, but before I can stop to take a look, she has already whisked me on to the next. And this one too, she says. I'm quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I'm able to find an interesting entry that I note down. "Don't forget these," Lady Elsbeth cries as I make to leave. She thrust the plants from the gardens into my hand, and I thank her warmly. Don't forget these. Fever Kiss is something we've identified. Febris Osculum says the red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. The leaves are pale in color. That one thing is supposed to be similar to Fever Kiss. Okay. And also, we've been given 2 new plants, which are pretty baller looking. Baller looking plants. Fever Kiss. Small red berries. Is it this? Pale leaves. Pale leaves. Red berries. Something else was said to look similar to Fever Kiss, something that we identified quite recently. Maybe when we visited the forest? Witch Fig. Plant that's said to have many uses, including the easing of symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It's well liked by butterflies. Similar leaves to the Fever Kiss plant, which it is often confused with. Similar leaves. Fever Kiss. I wonder if it's this, but the berry's the wrong color. Does anything else have that same kind of pale? It's not this, that's for sure. It could be this. Nothing else jumps out at me. I think this is Fever Kiss. We haven't seen any butterflies yet, but it's also raining. And who knows if butterflies can get in the shop. Fever Kiss, right? Fever Kiss. Hopefully. Pale leaves, red in color. Lasting energy boost. How exciting. I'm going to put that one in purple, though, because we know that we need to find its partner, the Witch Fig. We could sort out our plants, and we will at some point. But I like a little bit of... well-ordered chaos, you know? It's nice to look at. Someday we'll come up with a system. Now, I have a curiosity. If I go directly back to Sizurg, will they let me to the library to study it further, or will they say no entry? Weird, it shows the exact same text, and it shows that I've collected new plants. But then it marks itself as a repeat. That was a strange... I didn't expect that. Yeah, Witch Fig doesn't say anything about the berry's color, so I kind of suspect the yellow berries, right? Did the Rin turn black? Mushroom. Red spores. Moves in the dark. That's all I've got. Any ideas? Moves in the dark? Has it gone all the way yet? It's only made it this far. Mushroom. Red spores. Moves in the dark. Wandering Bew, baby. Here you go, Philip Shaw. Yeah, doesn't it say the Rin turns black in the presence of gilded dendra? Wonder if I can make that happen. I really want to see it color change. How cool would that be? We'll see. Selena Scott. They're saying Blackcomb is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all. But then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. I wonder if it's the deer we saw. Either way, there's something evil in them hills, and I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to the poor young man up at Swinside. I've come for some stinking Mount Cap. We need to visit a young man at Swinside? Swinside. Yeah, perhaps Wildo Market. That would be consistent. We have a plant that can be used to pick locks. Talking to squirrels doesn't sound that far-fetched. Exactly. Okay, we think we know what Stinking Mountain Cap is, and I'm pretty sure we have it. It's this. She says Stinking Mount Cap, but she probably means Sunset Mount Cap, although Stinking Mount Cap, I think they call it that sometimes. Yep, sometimes called Stinking Mount Cap. Cool, we have that. Cool. And then we'll go to Swinside. Plant identified. I wonder why she wants that. Henchuck. Maculosis retinentia. The fruit of the henchuck can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts, it's been known to cause severe amnesia. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns blue-green, it's ready to harvest. Tuberous bulb, like a tuber. Tuberous bulb, blue-green tuberous bulb. I think we have that. But is this it? Oops. Not worry less. I instantly forgot the name. Truly, I wish I did not do that. Henchuck. Fruit. Giving it a striped appearance, but that's when it's cut open. We can't cut this open. Firm and turquoise. It's our best guess, right? It's our best guess. But this would then be kind of dangerous. Memory loss. Try to see if we have any other tuberous bulbs. It's not that. I mean, that's a good looking bulb. But it's soft yellow, not tough and blue-green, so that ain't it. And we know that this is forest camphor, so it's double not this. This has a sweet scent, like strawberry dipped in honey. It's the wrong color. It's like a yellow-green. I wouldn't call that a blue-green. Then again, I am running flux, so it could be anything. It could be anything. Okay, are we going to do any more midnight horticulturalist? Well, the stripes are on the inside of the bulb, right? Yeah. Where were we going? Sten side? Swin side. I shudder at the thoughts of what happened here. If these stones could tell us what they saw, a chill comes over me, and I realize that I do not want to linger. When the detective said earlier that there was a murder at the stone circle, maybe they went to that stone circle instead of the daughter's stone circle. Maybe they were at the Swinside stone circle. Interestingly, we got Rising Dread when we visited. So not only have we not once gotten anything valuable from visiting a square without being hinted, we've now gotten something negative from visiting a square without being hinted. Perhaps I will do less exploring and more shop tending. Perhaps I will allow that to be my role. It's not a bad idea, Strapalier. We do have some scary plants, it's true. Boom. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink.